Hey there, geeks! We are back with another Wizards Hall video. We've got a fun stack of stuff to share with you. I'm Adam.
And I'm Mike.
And so this is going to be interesting here. As I start out our video, I hit up a store that I found some stuff at last time. So it's a little bit of like more of the same in that regard. And that is these little mini comics that started coming out as of Wizard issue 50. So that this
Oh,
one specifically says, a supplement to Wizard issue 50. So this Ren and Stimpy one, and then also was able to get the Max, which I was missing. So that's cool. Glad
I'm
to
still
have
missing
those.
that one. That one's a hard one to find for some reason.
Yeah, it is. And that's why I grabbed it because I was like, I never see this. But and then the one I did grab though, this Universe X special edition. So I didn't think I had it because it wasn't in my collection. And then I looked inside the issue because
And it's
this and I was like, oh man, it was shoved in between. So now I
uh,
have two copies. It's all good because that one had multiple copies anyway. So now they multiple covers. So they each
what's
have.
weird is I have multiples of that one. I keep buying it thinking I don't have it.
It must be a very forgettable cover for some reason. We're just like, no, I don't
Yeah.
have, no, I haven't. Next one here. So we're coming up on the 30th anniversary of the Shadow movie, Mike. Over on
Mhm.
Comic Card Crazy, I'm going to be opening up packs of the Shadow movie cards. We're going to be releasing our 90s Super Cinema discussion on the Shadow that is coming out of the vaults that week, and that's going to be our special episode that gets released to give everybody a taste of Patreon. So I had to grab this, the Shadow Strikes. The reason being, I have plenty of Shadow comics, but what it actually says here is the Shadow and Doc Savage together for the first time anywhere.
Oh,
So they're saying
okay.
this is the first time they crossed over. It was a two-issue story. This is the first part of that. So, but also on here, I was looking at the art. There's the little signatures here. I can't make out who the main artist is, but it says Kubert on there. So I'm wondering
Oh.
if it was Adam or Andy inking, because I know they started out doing a lot of inking, and this is like very late 80s, early 90s, if I remember right.
Are
So
you a big Doc Savage fan?
I'm not. I'm the
Okay,
Shadow
yeah.
fan, but the other pulp heroes, not so much. So.
Okay. I always liked what's the purple guy? I like the
The
look of him.
Phantom,
The
yeah.
Phantom. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Phantom's cool.
Again, don't know anything about him.
This is one that might get your attention. We talked about licensed comics last time. This one I've literally been passing over probably for like 7, 8 months. I see it every time I go into the store and I'm like, do I want it? And I'm like, nobody's bought it yet. I gotta have it. Monster in My Pocket issues.
Yeah.
Now, the
Issue
crazy thing
7.
about this, do you know who wrote this?
No.
Dwayne McDuffie.
Whoa.
And last time that Double Dragon comic, he was writing that too, I'm pretty sure. So like he was writing all these licensed books for a while, which is pretty.
That's like that's like my dream job to write licensed comics.
Yeah. And I was reading it. It's actually a pretty interesting story, the route they went with these characters, that they were full-size monsters, they got shrunk down. This one has like a Godzilla type character called T-Rex who, got shrunk down. Anyway. Uh
Were they the ones where you would throw them into water and the packaging would disintegrate and there'd be
no,
the
that's
tornado?
the trash bag bunch. I still have some of
Oh,
those unused trash bag.
wow.
Yeah, but no, these were ones you just bought in the package. And strangely enough, they were by Matchbox, who
Oh,
made
okay.
cars. But then they started making these little figures, which is awesome.
That's
Um,
cool.
Last time also grabbed some issues of What the? I found another one I haven't seen before, but this one that's like got,
Oh,
yeah, total parody of the
that
McFarlane Spider-Man.
that's good. I have not seen that one.
Yeah, me neither. And it's actually really funny. Like Tom DeFalco makes an appearance in the story harassing this Todd McFarlane parody character. And it's all about like how he doesn't pay him enough, how he works him too hard, how he criticizes his drawing. And I'm like, wait. You were self-aware enough in 91 that you had done that? Like just it's like right before Todd leaves. The last comic here, real quick. this
That's a good one, right?
This is big because so I have like all the Spider-Man 2099 issues, and I have like the other Marvel Ages where it's showing, 2099, we're previewing that. I have the 30th anniversary issue that has the preview pages of Spider-Man 2099 #1, but I didn't have this, which now according to the seller up here, it says first appearance of Spider-Man 2099 on one page, on one like column where Peter David is giving a little discussion preview of what it's going to be. So whether or not that's true or if it's, one of the others, but I just had to have it for that completion's sake. Plus, in there, it has a breakdown you've probably seen where they talk about how they made the hologram covers for the Spidey 30th anniversary
Yeah, yeah,
books.
yeah.
That's
I
very
don't have that issue. That's an issue I think that I have not been able to find. So
Oh, yeah, yeah. So that's awesome. Last thing here is just I was at some garage sales this weekend, and I ended up getting a whole box of vintage puzzles, but there was really only one I wanted. And they're like, "Oh, you can just have the whole box for $2." I'm like, "Okay." But this vintage Fantastic Four
yes,
puzzle, I had to
that's
get this. It's just
awesome.
I don't even know who they're fighting here. Like maybe Annihilus, maybe is who that is. I just can't see his wings, but I
Or
can't tell.
generic Kirby villain.
Yeah. Uh, Last one. After yours, I have one big wizard item that I'm gonna share at the very, very end, but I can't wait to see your book. So let's see all you
Well,
got.
people are gonna have to fast forward a lot, Adam. This this was actually a stack that I meant to share a few weeks ago, but
Oh,
I don't know what happened. I think I had cons and stuff that got in the way. I'll share. There's actually more to this, but I picked out what I think is of interest. I only wanted to bring this up because this was one of my favorite Spectacular Spider-Man comics as a kid. And looking back after reading it, it's basically about a factory that like comes alive. I still don't.
oh. I was wondering if what are those tentacles?
I'm always trying to get back what was stolen, and so this was just one random one that was missing. So I'm happy to have it back. So I just had to get that out of the way. I got some Supermans. This one, we were just talking about Superman yesterday
Yeah, on our
on our
Patreon exclusive 90s Super Cinema, we had a whole Superman on TV episode. Yeah.
yeah, and I think this is maybe a significant issue. I don't know. Looked cool. I got a whole stack of what ifs. I'm slowly putting the whole series together, but these ones are cool because it's like the upper issues, like the
Yeah, I have the one
70s.
about the exiles from that series. Did you get that
So,
one? Oh.
possibly. So I got Legion, What If Fantastic Four had remained a team, like, or what is it, the new Fantastic Four.
Mhm.
We got some Phoenix, some interesting stuff. These upper
Yeah.
issues, they're very different. Like Cannonball
That's bizarre. What is
little
that?
brother, so weird. Some Wolverine, and then this one's cool. Secret Wars 25 years later.
That's a great one. Wow, that
Yeah. Okay, so that's a little stack there. And then I don't know why I've been picking up these flashback issues. I don't, there's something about them. They just feel like I should buy them and read them. Will I read them soon? Anytime soon? No.
if you do read that Wolverine one, it's pretty fun.
Oh, is it?
That
Okay,
one on
okay,
top,
cool.
yeah.
I'm only I've decided to only pick up Wolverine books I had in my previous collection, and this is one I was missing. It's just such an awesome cover.
Is that a Jim Lee cover?
No, I don't think
It looks like
it's
in the
a
style of almost.
no, it's Mark Silvestri. That's a
Oh, okay.
Silvestri. Yeah. So, and then this one, I just remember the purple and blues. Are you familiar with this, Adam?
Oh, I don't think I've seen a lot of Fred Hembeck, but never that
Yeah.
specific one.
So, that looked weird enough. I like the
Yeah.
weird ones. Again, Professor Xavier and the X-Men. I just like the cover. Max Kirby. Do you know who that artist is?
I don't. Maybe he is a descendant and they got him to draw for it.
Xavier Institute annual yearbook. This thing is terribly boring. It's like all like written like a journal, like matters were nearly as grim for the remaining members of the New Mutant. It's just describing like the story, but it's really bland. I don't know why.
Unfortunately, okay.
Yeah, always got to grab summer issues. Onslaught epilogue. This felt like one I should get. I finally have completed my ROM run.
All right.
I now have every issue of ROM. This one, it must have been more difficult because the X-Men were in it, is
That's what I
what
was
I'm
just gonna
guessing.
say. I didn't know he
Yeah.
crossed over with the X-Men.
There's two issues with the X-Men. Crosses over with a lot of characters,
The
actually.
X-Men did a lot of the toys, like the Micronauts they cross over
Yes,
with, and Rob, and yeah.
true. I have a full run of these, but the upper issues aren't in great condition, and so I'm picking up ones that are just in great condition. Silver Surfer. I grabbed this for obvious reasons. It's shiny.
Yeah. Wrap around shiny, man.
Okay, so now we're getting into like the really good stuff, in my opinion. This is one of my favorite covers.
Oh,
I have I have the newsstand already, so this is the direct.
now you got to get the video game box
I
to have the
know.
full, you know.
I loved the video game as a kid. Always grabbing Star Wars books from Dark Horse. This is a Jango Fett series. I already had this Iceman series, but these were all Canadian price variants, so it's got the higher price tag on it. Okay, been on the lookout for this one for a while, Adam, but it's the Big Hero 6 series.
Oh, wow.
Finally got them.
So,
Happy
the
about that.
original one was not like a manga style look, because I thought it was always like a more like traditional manga, but that looks pretty
Well,
Americanized.
so I think yeah, it's 90s. It's totally
Yeah.
90s. I think they premiered in Alpha Flight
Oh, okay.
first. So their first appearance is Alpha Flight, and this is the first appearance of Baymax, who looks nothing like the movie.
Yeah.
So
Weird.
that is very bizarre to me. Um, and then I could not resist this. Blade 2. Yeah.
Did he have that
Uh,
weapon in the movie? I don't know if I remembered that. I gotta watch Blade
I
2
don't
again.
either. You know what? I haven't even
Arm
opened this yet.
mounted,
Oh,
whatever that is.
wow, look at that. So Silver
Whoa.
Snail used to be like the largest comic book shop in Toronto, and it's got this seal. So I actually can't even open it. I refuse
We
to
gotta
rip it.
leave it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's staying. It's staying put. Um, so I already had this, but this copy was so clean and it was so cheap that I was like, I gotta get it. It's the first appearance of the New Warriors.
Wow.
Yeah, or a cameo maybe cameo appearance. Let me just see if there's a page with
Yeah, I
it.
know
Oh,
I've seen that cover before, and I was trying to think maybe it was
there
in
we go.
famous verse. Oh yeah, okay.
The New Warriors. And then on the next issue, they're on the cover.
Okay.
Um, which I have as well, but it's not in great condition. And then here's the big one, the finale. I finally got a copy of the New Mutants graphic novel. It was only $5. Can you believe it?
That's a great deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that. Yeah, this is nice. I'm looking forward to reading it. Looks great. So there we go, Adam.
That
Hopefully
was a
no one was too
good
bored.
stack. That's some good reading if you get the
Yeah.
time. A lot, especially those what if issues. Some of those ideas, I'm just like, what?
The
Like
issue is that you have me reading so much for the podcast.
that's what it comes down to, right? The reading for pleasure we have to put on the back burner.
Yep.
So my last thing here,
Okay.
we're always on the hunt for pieces for the archives. We're always looking for issues we need, which is not very many at this point. But this was something that just came up, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm seeing this. This was from a seller who previously had a lot of Brian Douglas Ahern art that appeared in Wizard magazines, not necessarily always Wizard, but the family of magazines, like the strips that he would draw, the original art. And then this popped up, and I was like, what? So this is an original piece of Poof, who was the Wizard mascot during the first year. And if you look in the first year of the magazine, he's in like the headers for the different sections, like Market Watch or, like going into the price guide or whatever. Like they kept drawing this wizard character. And so I reached out to Brian Cunningham because I said, I've always seen the images of Poof, but who was the artist? And he says, to his recollection, it was Bart Sears that was
Oh,
drawing this Poof character for the magazine. So I was just like, it goes back so early, and I've always had that fascination. So now we have that in the archives. If I ever make it to a show and Bart Sears is there, if we have him on the podcast, which he's long overdue for an interview, maybe we could ask him about it, because he did a lot of those covers in the early days, of the magazine, was Bart Sears. So it
Yeah.
only makes sense that they would have him also create this little cartoony wizard who did not stick around. So now I just got to find out which issue that appeared in, because it looks like, because I did flip through like the first year of issues, I didn't find that specific one. So I'm like, was it either unused or was it used in a different place I just wasn't used to seeing? So another mystery to come. But
That is really cool.
yeah. So, but you know what else is cool? Our podcast. You come here for the videos, you want to see what's in our collections, but go on over to wizardscomics.com. Over 280 episodes now of the podcast. Interviews, like we were saying, with people who worked at Wizard, people who contributed to Wizard, who were reported on in Wizard. Plus, we have a lot of fun just conversation where Mike and I, we've released now this week, as this episode is dropping, we're talking about issue 94, which had just had a lot of interesting tangents, you might say, into Hollywood. Wizard wanted to be entertainment business now. The comics were on the back burner, pushed to the side. So that's a very fun conversation you can check out. But we're also, of course, here on YouTube. So stay subscribed. A lot of fun videos coming out. I mentioned the Comic Card Crazy, these haul videos, and more. But yeah, so just stay connected with us on social media at Wizards Comics, at Wizards_Comics on Instagram. And we did tease a little bit of the Patreon, $5 a month, bonus podcasts, scans of the issues, early uncut releases of the episodes, and so much more. But hey, until next time, keep your books bagged and boarded.